Welcome, and thank you for watching this informational recording, which covers the Lakewood neighborhood and its inclusion in the 2024 Annual Resurfacing Program. Your project team consists of Nicholas Bailey, the program engineer, Cynthia Redinger, the program transportation engineer, Carl Emmons, the lead inspector, and me, Andrea Wright, the project manager. We will be going over project boundaries, the why and how, project overview, construction activities, project timeline, and next steps. This map shows you the project boundaries and streets included in the resurfacing program for the Lakewood neighborhood. If you do not see a street on this list, it was not included as part of this program because it was in good condition or the treatment needed to address the road is outside the scope of this particular program. If you want to know more about what goes into the selection process, please visit a2gov.org/street construction. There is a short video that covers how roads are selected. So, why this project? The resurfacing program is an annual program established to maintain existing road assets and is primarily funded by the bridge, sidewalk, and street millage. Recently added to this project's focus is the review and implementation of speed management in neighborhoods from a holistic approach as directed by Council. You will see going forward some of the speed management tools we are proposing to implement. How are streets chosen? Streets are chosen on an annual basis, and the program operates by selecting areas in the city each year and focuses on the local street construction work within those areas. By doing this, the city can consolidate work, obtain better pricing, and minimize impacts to neighborhoods by completing larger areas over a single construction season. If you would like to know more about this process, it is covered in the previously referenced website, a2gov.org/street construction. So, project overview. The overview for the 2024 resurfacing in this Lakewood neighborhood is to improve pavement conditions. We are also proposing to update the intersections of High Lake Ave and Lakeview Drive, fill the sidewalk gap at Gray Lake Ave and Sunnywood Drive, and propose the installation of 2 bump outs located at Lakeview Drive and Gray Lake Ave and Lakeview Drive and Mason Ave. Next, our transportation engineer, Cynthia Redinger, will go over the proposed improvements. Cynthia, on to you.
Thank you, Andrea. I'm Cynthia Redinger, and as she said, I am our transportation engineer for this program. I am going to discuss a few of the concepts for design changes in this project area. The first shown here is our project overview for High Lake Ave and Lakeview Drive. And we have an image that is on the slide showing the reconfigured area, which will convert the current Y intersection into a more modern design standard T intersection. The benefits of this are that we will decrease driver confusion in the intersection, we will decrease speeds on Lakeview Drive, and we will increase permeable surface, which is shown in the green area to the west of the reconfigured intersection, and that will just improve stormwater quality. Next, we have our project overview to fill the sidewalk gap at Gray Lake Ave and Sunnywood Drive. The image on this slide shows the intersection with the new sidewalk in the northeast corner of the intersection. The benefits of this part of the project are that we will remove a barrier to walking in the intersection, and we'll be able to update the ramps at the intersection to meet Americans with Disabilities Act and remove mobility constraints. Next, we have the project overview for bump outs at Lakeview Drive and Gray Lake Avenue. As the conceptual image shows, there will be some narrowing at this intersection that will be installed along with updating the ramps in this area. The benefits of this work are that we will reduce pedestrian exposure to vehicles, and we will improve safety by reducing vehicle speeds. Why did we choose this intersection? It is a primary school access route, so it is a higher priority for speed management. Our next project overview location are the bump outs at the intersection of Lakeview Drive and Mason Avenue. The conceptual image here is similar to the last intersection, and it shows what these potential narrowings could look like. Once again, the benefits are that we will reduce pedestrian exposure to vehicles and improve safety by reducing vehicle speeds. And once again, why this intersection is because this is also a primary school access route. And I do want to take a moment to point out that both of these locations are showing concepts, and the final design of the bump outs may look a little bit different. And that will be determined once we have had an opportunity to listen to your feedback and to understand drainage and other design aspects. And I'd like to turn it over to Nicholas.
Well, thanks, Cynthia. Yes, Nicholas Bailey. I'm the project engineer, and I'm going to go over what we can expect through construction. First, the project will install traffic control measures, such as the barricade you see in the picture, and this will help delineate which area we're working in at a given time and reduce the amount of through traffic. The traffic will remain, or the road will remain open to residents living in the area, and access will be available as much as possible through construction. Our goal will be to replace drainage structures and curb. Then we'll follow that by removing concrete sidewalk and repairing that as well. And that will be followed then with the asphalt mill. That will come through and take out various depths of asphalt depending on what's diagnosed for the road. And then following that, we'll have the new asphalt placement with the spreader and rollers. And then after that, we'll come through with restoration. We'll put back any topsoil seed that may have been disturbed behind the sidewalk or behind the curb. Here are some pictures of some of the heavy equipment that you may see. To the left is a asphalt mill, and this is able to go through and take out a various depth of asphalt, and it loads it directly into a truck. And then on the right-hand side is the asphalt spreader. Here in this particular picture, they are working on a road where the asphalt was taken all the way down to the aggregate base, and that's the first pass. We'll have 2 passes of asphalt placement for those roads that do get removed down to the aggregate base. After the asphalt spreader places the asphalt, we will have 2 rollers. One of the first rollers will be a breakdown roller, and that helps with the consolidation and compaction of the asphalt. And after that, there'll be a final roller. The reason I bring this up is because during the time of the spreader to the final roller, we won't be able to have vehicles passing through the asphalt into the property. Access will be restricted temporarily through that process. But once the breakdown roller, or the final roller has gone through, then we'll be able to once again have vehicles travel across the asphalt and onto your private property. And of course, a picture here kind of showing the final product on the right-hand side of a newly resurfaced road with new pavement markings as well. All right, passing the baton back on to Andrea.
Thank you, Nicholas. We're covering the construction progression and activities the neighborhood can expect to see this next season. I'm going to cover next steps. So the next steps in this process is to provide an opportunity to submit questions, which will be turned into an FAQ and posted online. This opportunity will be open from December to January 5th. Once we've reviewed all that information, staff will hold 2 one-hour virtual open house sessions. The first will be January 10th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and the second will be held on January 11th from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The open house format is being made available to residents who would like to discuss information presented in this video or go over something related to this project that was not covered. Please note a presentation will not be given at the open house. After that, requests for proposals will go out in late January. The contractor will be selected in late February/early March. And finally, construction is anticipated to start in May 2024 and go until August 2024. So how do you submit questions or comments? Please email resurfacing at a2gov.org by January 5th, and we will be incorporating them into an FAQ. In this email, please make sure to identify your street or project area in the subject line. Thank you for watching this presentation covering the 2024 resurfacing program focused on the Lakewood neighborhood. Materials will be posted to the resurfacing program website, which can be found at url.a2gov.org/resurfacing. And again, thank you for watching this presentation. We look forward to working in the Lakewood neighborhood to improve the road conditions for all users.